Hello everyone and welcome back to Blender Car Modeling. This is versus 53 and we are going to be modeling the Toyota Supra Mark IV. So hey guys, and today we're going to be finishing up with a few more extra details for our Supra. We're going to be making the side mirrors and the door handles for the Supra, which is going to be completing the detailed look for it. Alright, and we're also going to be adding the blinkers here that we missed earlier on. So now first of all what we need to do is just come here, check if our door panel has a good geometry, alright, and then what we need to do is just add the door panel cutout with the boolean modifier, alright, like we've been doing so far. So first I'm just going to be unchecking our solidify modifier here, alright, just uncheck this computer box right there. So that's gonna make it a simple surface panel first. So then I'm just gonna go to our side view and we're just going to be adding the geometry over here. Alright, so now for that all I need to do now is just rearrange a few of these vertices. Alright, that's not gonna mess with anything, but just check if it does for you. Alright, so after you rearrange these, all I need is these two vertices for now, and I'm just going to be separating them, tabbing into these two, and then I'm just going to be extruding this and then joining these, extruding this here, then deleting this edge, and then do the same thing here, and then delete this edge too. Alright, and now I'm just going to be dragging this shape outside. Alright, once you've dragged it outside, we need to match it to the shape of our handle right here. So just delete solidify here from the modifiers and keep mirror, and actually delete mirror also. We do not need mirror here too, we just need sub D. Alright, so now all we gotta do is just move this up and about to go ahead and match the shape. Alright, just make sure the sub D line that you see, the round line, has to be on our shape. Right there, so something like that. Just gonna make it more symmetrical here. Okay, so once you made something like this, all you gotta do is press A, press F. Alright, after pressing F, just press A, S, X and 0. That's gonna make it in one line here. Alright, and after that just press A, E and X and extrude it backward like this through our shape here. Okay, don't worry about the rest of it, but what you can do is just go ahead and join these and join these. You can also join those at the back and those at the back to make it a complete figure, and add one more loop in between right here. Alright, so we have a little more geometry to work with. Now what I'm going to do is just add the boolean modifier like I told you before. Just generate boolean, drag that to the top, and then just go ahead and select the object. Now I'm just going to show you two methods here, exact and float, but we're mostly going to be going with float. As so here, when I go here and apply, it's going to be creating multiple vertices. Alright, and this method is fine. You can also go ahead with float here. Okay, apply, and it's going to be giving you the same result. See, unless and until it's on union or intersect, your result is going to be same. So I'm just going to be going with exact here because it seems like there is more equivalent vertices here. Alright, and now what I'm going to do is just delete this line here, this loop here of vertices, go inside here, select this entire loop and just delete it. Alright, and then we select this loop that is going outside here right up till here. We also delete the vertices here. Alright, right, so after that I'm just going to be deleting a few more vertices and keeping a few. we just need a good enough shape. So I'm just going to be keeping all our original vertices. Alright, just go to 3 and then you can have a look at which vertices I'm going to be deleting. This one I'm going to be sliding down. And then delete this one, 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 and this one too. Okay. So, and this one too. We need a total of 8 vertices around here. And all I got to do now is just delete this edge. Okay. And now we just gotta remap some edges. So all I'm gonna do is just join a few of these edges. Okay, here I'm just gonna add 2 points and drag one of these points up, one of these points down, and then just join these. Alright, and join this one here. Alright, go to your side view and just make sure our blueprints are matching, and if they're not, just go ahead and drag your points up and down. Alright, all we need is matching points here and here too. Right, so something like that we need. Just going to be sliding this point up for a better geometry view. Okay, and this one too. So we have a nice hole cut out here, and if you want you can just slide these a little forward, this one too, and this one too, to make our door panel rounded here, and these two if you need be. You can slide this back a bit. Yeah, so this is anyways going to be hidden, but it is going to give you a crazy bevel like this. So for that you can just take these, slide those down, and that's going to make it a little more subtle. Alright, and this, as you can see, is popping out. So we can just go ahead and join this for a second. Yeah, and then just take it in if you need it, and just make sure the panels are going to be flowing well. Okay, now I'm just going to be enabling the solidify and then taking these points inside and in here. Alright, it's going to be, so you just need a solidify to work well here and not leave any gaps like this. So just take a few of these points inside and that's gonna be working good. Alright, and I'm just going to be adding a loop over here so it's not gonna mess up other things. It's gonna be creating the perfect cutout here for us. Okay, and once you're done with that, just select the inside cutout, duplicate it, and just separate it. And once you've got that, I'm just going to be extruding it inside, giving it a little bit of a solid look. Okay, something like that. We're also going to be extruding this outside about there, like 0.01 outside, and this you can just manage on your own as this is not going to be seen from the inside. Alright, and now all I'm going to do is just face it up from the back and then just join two of these and two of these, and A and shift N. That's gonna, I'm just gonna be deleting our solidify here for a second, and yeah, so now I just gotta shade it smooth. Alright, and it's gonna give you a good completed look. So now what I'm gonna do is just take this one a little further back and I'm just gonna bring up the reference. So this one is the reference here. Okay, have a look here, and we need a slight of a rounded edge that we already have done, and now we need this panel that's going to be coming right around here. So first of all what I'm going to do is just face this front panel up, then join a few vertices here too. Alright, okay, not with F, with J, here too, so I'm just gonna control Z and then join with J, not with F, alright, because that's gonna be creating unnecessary faces. Okay, so this is giving us a good smooth look. And now what I'm gonna do is just move a few of these right around here, and then these further down, and these further down too after I move them even further ahead. What you can do is just add another loop here and take this back till there. Okay, and now we're going to be making something interesting. So go to 3, and this one we're just going to be taking a little bit forward. So this is going to be the connecting part. I'm just going to bring that reference up again. Yeah, and so this part we're going to be making right now, this entire loop that you see, the curved one. Yeah, so we're just going to be making that curved shape here, and then we're going to be making this little housing here, and then we make the handle. Alright, so okay, just a second. Yeah, so once you've got that figured, I'm just going to be taking this one a little further back. We don't need the handle, the key panel to be this big. Okay, and now I'm just gonna be taking these 4 and just deleting the faces here, and these 2 and deleting the faces here. Right, that's gonna delete an edge, but that's okay as long as we get this. Okay, so just delete both the sides there, and now all I'm gonna do is extrude this panel further out with E and X, and then I'm gonna take it on the y-axis to give it a bit of an incline here. Okay, and then S, X and 0 as we need it facing outside, and then just take this one a little further in and then take them both out. Yeah, so once you're good with this, I'm just going to be joining these. Okay, so according to our reference here, we need this to have a smooth curve around here and a little bit of a rounded edge. Okay, so now all we do is just press F to face this up and just select these 3 and press F. Now we just press F here with this edge, this vertex selected, and then this entire thing we can select and press F. Alright, and now we got to add a few loops here. Yeah, so you add that loop, and what we can do is just, instead of all of this converging at one point, let's just make this 2 points. So okay, instead of this I'm just going to be deleting a few of these connecting edges here. So first of all, just control, just gonna delete the one that I made here for a second. Yeah, just delete this edge. I don't want it converging here. Alright, so that too, and we select these 3 again, just press X and delete the faces, and we have one converging here too. I'm just gonna delete that one, delete that edge. Yeah, so that's gonna give you a better look all around here. Now I'm just gonna take these 2 E and X and take it a little further out. Okay, like that, and now we can select these 4 and get that face sorted. Alright, yeah, and then select these 4, press F. I'm gonna insert it just by a bit. Alright, and then take it a little further out, something like that. Okay, I'm just going to be merging a few vertices. Okay, it's giving us a weird connection here, I don't know why, so just delete that edge too if you've got that. And yeah, so we've got nice smooth handle, but we need a shape here that is going to be a little rectangular, so that our connection, our handle here has a flat place to match to. So I'm just going to be taking this one and this one further ahead again, and then we're going to be adding edge loops around here to make this more triangular. Alright, and then we're going to be adding an edge loop around here, right, something like that. Just going to be deleting that, and this one too, we have no use for it. Or what we can do is something simple, is just, okay, so this is just creating a perfect edge, and that's fine. We don't really need to do anything with it. Just gonna select these and drag it inside to give a flatter edge here. Alright, yeah, and here I'm just going to be adding another loop right in the center. Okay, let it be there. Now I select this entire rectangular part and we insert it again. Alright, this is for the keyhole, so just insert it, as I'm saying, just insert it around right there, around 0.011. Now right click and circle. Alright, just make that circle, go to your side view, rotate the circle just so that it's lying flat. Okay, I'm just going to be moving it also a bit, something like that. And now we just inset our circle again, and now we just delete the faces, not the edges. Yeah, so that creates our perfect keyhole gap. Now let's just forget that for a second and come around here. Okay, face this bit up. Okay, take this face, insert it. Okay, and now I'm just going to be dragging this out and then rotating it on the Z axis to get that incline that we need. Add another loop, make that a little more curved like that. Yeah, and then add a loop down there also, about there, drop it there, so we've got that curved look. Okay, I feel like the handle's coming off a little big, so what I'm gonna do is just hide this for a second, come here, select this, select our loop here, tab out, alt H. Okay, hide this stuff again. Okay, before hiding, just take this one, and just, you can just go ahead and delete it. We have no use for it anymore. Alright, or you can just put it in the extras collection. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete it. So now we click on both of these. I'm just gonna select this loop here, so this entire thing, and now we just scale it down by quite a bit. Then we select this and scale it down too. Alright, we need a smaller handle. Yeah, something like that works. And we need this handle a little further in. Just gonna be taking that in, and we can just take this entire edge further in. Okay, use the gizmo if you need be. Yeah, so that's coming out good. Yeah, alright, and then taking it further out, something like that. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's good. And now all we gotta do is just join this. That's gonna give you the perfect edge there. Okay, and now for the keyhole, let's just make the keyhole a separate piece here. Alright, so I'm just gonna duplicate this and separate it. Just select this bit here, come around here, and now E and S, take that in by 0.87. Alright, just gonna bring up our keyhole here, so it's gonna be going down here once, then twice, thrice, 4 times, and the fifth time is going to be going to the keyhole there. Alright, so this is going to be going in once, so just by a little bit, so 0.0002, something like that. Then we make it a little smaller here, just by 0.93. Take it in by quite a bit, like 0.001 minus 0.001, or even further down, like one more minus 0.001, and then we just make it a little more smaller again. So this is the third time here. Extrude that down again, little smaller, take that down. Yeah, just gonna be okay. So yeah, so you take that down, and I might have switched to, yeah, so just switch the views here with by pressing Z here. Alright, and now what you got to do is just press F here and insert this also again. Okay, I'm just gonna press A, shift N, and just shade this smooth for a second. We're just going to be adding the loops first. It's gonna be way easier. Here again, yeah, so we've got that looking good. Alright, and now for this, just insert it again just by a little bit. Now I'm just going to be joining these. Okay, now once you join these, all you got to do is create that nice edge. So we insert this again, okay, like that, and then all you got to do is just E and X and slide that back by there, something like that. Then we create the edge here, another one similar to that. Okay, not there, but similar to one right there. And then what I'm gonna do is take this edge loop and just hide it for a second. Alright, take two of these, keep them in the center, and then now I'm just gonna slide that back right up till there, and this one right up till here. Tab out, and you have a good geometry here, but this is not matching anywhere, so I'm just gonna be joining these, Alt H, or you can join these. Alright, so I'm just gonna press Alt H first. You can also join these right about here, or make an extra loop coming down the entire one, but I don't really see a problem because it's going to be a very small keyhole, so looking at it from a distance, it's not going to cause us a lot of issues here. So before that, now once you're done with that, just go to your top view like that. I think this one's poking out quite a bit. Just gonna rotate it, the Z axis, just take it in by a bit. Alright, the keyhole too, yeah, just gonna come around here. Yeah, okay, that is good. Now what we can do once we've made the keyhole is just join both of these, A, M, and merge by distance. So that's going to be one shape here. And once you're done with that, add certain edge loops here right at the very edge, so it defines a boundary right about here. I'm just going to increase the subdivision on both of these because it's going to give us a better look here. And now we just add another, no, so this is just fine. Alright, so what we do now is just take these four actually, so this entire loop from this edge right up till there, okay, that entire loop, and we just press shift D, separate the selection, and I'm gonna take this entire loop, Okay, so this is connected in a weird spot here. I'm just going to be merging both of these at the center and then pressing Alt. Okay, selecting this entire loop now, duplicating and separating it too. Now we select both of these, the new ones that we created, join them. Okay, once you've joined them, I'm just going to delete this for a second here. Just delete this vertices. Now I'm just going to be making the round part around here. So first just join these. Okay, press F and join these. Okay, and now I'm going to go to our top view, add a few loops here, like around 4, drag those out. Now drag these out. Okay, that's going to give you a good shape. And now we select the top two here, press F. I'm just going to take this one right to the center here. So we have a connecting loop for this one. Okay, now go ahead and add 4 here too. I'm just going to be making a loop here too, and here too. Okay, so for a second let's just select all of these, press Ctrl X and just add all the loops here together. Add 4 loops everywhere. Okay, and now I'm just going to be selecting these two first, going to our top view, and now just taking those out. Now deselect the last two endpoints and take them further out. Add another loop here and here. Select both of them and take those further out. Okay, something like that. So I'm just gonna refine this a little bit now. Make sure the spacing is good. Just select this entire thing, press N, go to our edit tools and just space that out better. Space them out again. Here just go on and add again. Do the same bit here. Okay, that gives us a goodish handle. Now we just select these two. I'm just gonna be taking them a little further out. Okay, not that one, but the rest of them, yes. But there, and select these two, give that some incline. We're just gonna be making a nice inclined part here. This one, yeah, and this one last. Select this, take it right about to the center here, and that is in the center. The other part is just gonna bring up the reference again. Okay, have a look here. So it's gonna get thinner here. So what we're gonna do is make it a bit thinner from the center section. I'm just gonna select both of these, SZ, and just take them inside. Then we select these two and just press SZ and take those a bit outside. Do the same bit with the ones on the outside here. Okay, we need a thin and sleek door handle. So I'm just gonna take that, SZ it here, and then select the last two, SZ, just by a slight bit, so that it's not going to being thinner immediately. Right there. And now all you got to do is just select this one and this one. We select these also, press F3 and just grid fill. Alright, do the same bit here. Okay, Shift N, and now all I need to do is come around here and then just join these, and join this to the very edge here. Same thing here, just F till the very end. And now we got to add a few edge loops around here and around here too. Now I can just take this handle, push it inside, scale it further down here, and scale it on the x-axis also to make it x-axis to make it a little fatter, and then push it inside. Yeah, and we're gonna need it to be a little bit thinner around here too, so I'm just gonna take all of these, scale it on the x-axis by quite a bit. Now I take this, scale it down on the y-axis a little bit, then push it inside here, a little bit out, right about there. Have a look at the door handle now. If you do need a gap in the door handle, all you can do is just take this further out and okay, just a second. Yeah, so just tilt it like that, coming here, just make a little gap like that. You can make it a floating handle, that's not an issue, but just make it connected on one end here. Okay, just make it connect here. You can also just have this entire loop here. Yeah, just slide, take that out and inside by just by a bit. Okay, just gonna select it and leave only a little margin here and rotate it if you want by a little bit. Yeah, and also make this part smaller from the I'm just gonna make it smaller on the z-axis. Okay, and this one too. Okay, and that's looking really nice now. Have a look at that. You've got a good detailed door handle right there. Okay, so for the blinkers, all you gotta do is tab in here for our main bumper. Then I'm gonna be selecting all the vertices from here right up till here. Okay, we take them in a separate selection. All right, separate them, and now all I'm gonna do is just join these with an F. Okay, and after joining, I'm gonna be creating a small housing, but just make it a little bit smaller first. All right, delete the solidify. But now all we gotta do is just extrude this on the y-axis just by a little bit. Alright, we need a small housing. Okay, and then just press F there. For the housing, we'll also be gonna adding a edge loop there and an edge loop right up to the start. Just shade that smooth. Alright, the housing is supposed to be round. Alright, that is perfect. Nothing else to be added here, that's fine. Okay, and now all I gotta do is just generate and solidify the model and solidify with 0 2. Okay, we don't really need a lot, but we increase the subdivision furthermore to make it smoother. Okay, once that is smoother, just shade that smooth, and now we just tab in, just delete this this edge for right now. We'll add another one in later. And now what you got to do is just go ahead and duplicate this and separate it. Once that's separated, I'm just going to be taking this a little further back. Okay, and scale it down just by a little. Alright, now I'm just going to be making it look a little better. Dragging a few vertices here and there, and all you got to do now for this one is just select A, F and just join them all, and then we're just gonna be adding around, let's say, just four cuts here. Add them in, then just join these vertices. Okay, just join them, and this one I'm just gonna be taking further down. I'm gonna be fixing this shape a little bit, and out, this one out too, this one further up, this one further up, and out too. And then we just select these, press J to join them, select all of this, press S, Y and 0, and then we rotate them on the Z axis to fit our housing. Okay, come again here, scale it from the X axis, make it a little larger, just large enough to fit our housing right here. Rotate it on the X axis again. Okay, not like that. I'm just gonna be Control Z. Okay, yeah. So here I'm just gonna be tabbing out, setting the origin to geometry. Okay, just gonna disable all the modifiers for now. And now what we're gonna be doing is just making this in one row. So S, Y and 0 and R and Z. Yeah, and now what we can do is just directly fit this in parallelly. So angle your view like this and then fit it in. Now we can just put all of these in, and for the mirror modifier just go ahead and select our front bumper for the mirror, and now I'm just going to be scaling it on the X axis here, scaling it a little wider, and these bits I'm just going to be taking up, this one outside and this one outside too, just because it needs a little bit filling in. We don't need any spaces coming around here. Okay, and we still need it parallel, something like that. Alright, it's still looking a little off, so I'm just gonna find a sweet spot here. Bring it a little outside. Okay, yeah, I think that's the maximum that we're gonna be getting here. Okay, for our blinkers, that's good enough. Okay, yeah, it's looking good. Alright, yeah, and that's it for the blinkers. And the next part that we're gonna be doing is the mirrors, the side mirrors for our Supra. Okay, but before we get to the next part, guys, just make sure to rename this part. Okay, just be sure to rename this part to blinker front. Alright, and then we also rename this one to blinker housing. Alright, and we just move both of them to a new collection called blinkers front. Alright, and just move both of them inside that collection. Okay, just close that collection in. And now I'm gonna be showing you a few extra things. Okay, so for all of the blueprints for you, just make sure to change the depth from default to front, because we're gonna be needing that now. Okay, for all of them you can just change them to front. So whenever we're modeling this, the blueprint is going to appear in front of the part we're going to be modeling. Like, let me just go to our side view. So now you can clearly see the blueprints, whereas when I was going to the default setting, it was going to be on the back here. So now it's just going to be appearing on the front and much more visible to see. Alright, okay, so now I'm just going to be going to the top view. Just have a look at this, and now the front view, it's much clearly visible. Okay, so now we're going to be just making the shell first for our headlights, for our side mirrors, and I'm just going to be bringing up a reference for you guys. Alright, just hold on a second. Yeah guys, so we're going to be making it something like this. Alright, and I'm also going to show you the next one. So it's going to be looking like this. It's going to be having an ovular base here. It's going to be having an outline here, and then joining in to our side view mirror. Alright, so now let's just start with making the basic shape of our mirror right here. Right, for that all I need is a plane. So just come on here, shift A, mesh plane, and we just need to align this to view, tab in, and then just M and merge at center. Is going to merge all the points in the center. Then just press G and move this here right to this edge here. Okay, this one, and I'm just gonna be taking this to the side here right to this edge. Alright, keep that there. Now we can start extruding it throughout, create the basic shape around our side view mirror. So just one here, and three here. Then we go around here, three here too, and then just in small increments we can make the entire shape here. And whenever it gets flat, you can just use one of these like this. And for the last one, just make sure to select both of these and press F. Alright, I'm just gonna have a look here. Right, A, S. Okay, so if your vertices are not in one straight line like this, you can just scale them with S, Y and 0, but they're gonna be in a straight line. Alright, so the next step for this, just go to front view now, and now we just select all of these vertices here. You can press A, go to the top view, and now we align this to our current blueprints. Alright, so just take this one forward, and now we select this vertex, we change the pivot point to active element, and then we rotate it on the Z axis right here. Okay, something like this. Then we scale it on the X axis, make it bounding box center. We scale it up, change it to active element again, and rotate it right up till there, scaling it down again and rotating it again. We're also going to be taking it out on the Y axis and a little further back, and now just press S. I'm going to scale it down. Okay, make it something like this. Now I go to top view, bounding box center. I'm just going to be selecting this entire thing and extruding it backwards. Alright, so now just press E, and this is the middle point, is where I stop here. Extrude it, scale it down a bit. Okay, and we're also going to be needing a curve around here. So what I'm going to do is just come around here, check how many vertices we need here. Okay, so we have a total of 15 vertices. I'm just going to be inserting another one. That's going to make it 16. Alright, let's calculate how many we have on top from the middle line here. I'm going to make this a middle line too, so just going to take it up here right alongside this one. Okay, and once that's done, we have a total of, just use the control option, and we have a total of 7 vertices down and another 7 up. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and make that 8 by adding another one here and another one here, right? And what we can do now is just make sure that they're evenly spaced. So take the middle one right up till there, select all of those, press N and just press space. Alright, do the same thing here, just press space. That's gonna make them evenly spread. Same thing here, do the same thing again, down to. Okay, and then we can just go ahead and add 3 cuts on the top, 3 cuts on the bottom. Okay, there you go. Now I go to the very front here, angle the view in this way, take the middle two here, alright, and then just press F, alright, F, and then I'm just going to see how many we need on the top. That is around these many, right up to that point, and the rest we're just going to be matching here as loops. So we need about 7 vertices, 7 cuts here, and let's check down here too. So right from here around the entire thing, so that's going to be 11 vertices. So just hold on, I'm just going to reduce a few of these with the edge loop setting. Alright, X and edge loop, and there we go. Alright, this looks good enough. We cut 2 of them, that's going to make it 9, and one more here. Alt select and delete them. Right, and now just make sure the shape is matching. Alright, the shape for this one, I'm just going to press Ctrl I and hide all of the others. And then the first one, we're just going to be scaling it up right up till there, move it on the x-axis a bit, and there we go. Alt H, that's going to unhide the rest of it. Then we go to the top view, see how it's going, take a little on the y-axis. Okay, then we take all of these, scale them up a little bit. Yeah, and now we can just go on ahead and put in, we need how many cuts down here, that's 6. Let's just go ahead and add another one here, and then just take that out by a little bit. Yeah, that makes it 7. I'm just going to be spacing it out again. Yeah, okay, so once you're done spacing this, just go ahead and add one, just select this one and this one, that's 7, and this one to this one, that's going to be 7. Okay, that's perfect. Go ahead and add 7 cuts, and now we're going to be aligning them. So go to the top view, take these back right up till this edge is going to be touching the one on the blueprints, and then we align it manually right up till this point. Okay, have a look here. I'm going to be making it a little more curved, so we'll need this point to go further out, and this one, then this one. Let's add a subsurf here. Okay, make that 4, and now we can just make our side mirrors subsurf lines directly. looking good, right? And now I'm just going to be joining these to the lines that are already made here, right? And all I need to do right now is just go ahead and add two cuts here. Yeah guys, so now we're also going to be making this one first, and then just joining this with grid fill. So I'm just going to be facing this part up first, adding two cuts here, and then just giving it a slight bit curved. Okay, and then we can just easily just space it out. There you go. And then we're just going to be facing this part up, okay, from this side. And once you're done with that, make sure this bit is spaced out well enough. And if you see some irregularities, just make sure to fix them. Right, now we select this bit and this curve. Alright, press F3, grid fill. Okay, they're kind of overlapping, so what we got to do is just isolate this shape, Control I, and hide the rest of it. Let's make this one a little further curved, space it out well enough. And now let's select these, grid fill, and now Alt H, A, and Shift N. Okay, that's gonna be adjusting the entire thing for us now. And I'm just gonna be closing that view for now, and then we can just adjust these ones. Alright, and we need the same bit here, so I'm just going to be taking this further in here, delete this loop, and delete this one with the edge deletion option. Add two cuts here, and then you can either use the X option or the Z option, or use both of them, and then just slide them up and about, giving them a good enough curve. Right, something like that. Yeah, and then just go ahead, press F, and face it all the way there, and then we isolate our entire line. And now we just face it up. Alright, Alt H to unhide, and there you go. Just have a look at that. That's going to be looking pretty sweet. And we repeat the process here too. So okay, just come around here. So our plane is here in the blueprints collection. Just make sure to move our plane to just a scene collection. It's going to be here. Now you can select it if you do have any problem selecting that at first. Just going to be moving a few of these to make the flow better. Alright, yeah, that's good enough. And now we make the same thing down here. Just press F, we add two of these here, and then this one is going to keep matching here. So we only need one other cut here, because we have exactly 7 here and 7 here too. So let's just go ahead and face this one up, add just one of these here, go to the side view, and then just adjust it to something like this. I'm also going to be pulling it outside like that, and now the entire bit we face up. Alright, same thing here. We just go ahead and add another cut here. I'm gonna go to 3, take that out, and a little bit further here, little further down to give it a better curve. Alright, now what we can do is just select this entire loop, Control I, H, and now select the top 4 and the bottom 4 here, F3 and grid fill, Alt H to unhide the rest of it. And now I'm just going to be taking this a little further inside, right, and adjust this one here too, this one down here too. We can just go in and add another one later after we're done facing this side up too. So now we select these two, press F, Control R, add another one there, and then just take this one out a little bit inside, and yeah, that's it. We can fix that up later. Select these 3, F, and then select these 2 and F, and repeat the same process about isolating the entire thing. And we've grid filled it. Right, let's just go ahead and add another loop here. Alright, and let's just press Alt S and make it a little bit bigger, something like that. Just gonna be moving a few of these to make it look better. Alright, okay, there's a weird curve here. Let's just shade this smooth and have a look here. Okay, just move this further ahead, this one too, and it's okay if you see something slightly like this. We're going to make this part a carbon fiber texture. Right, let's just go ahead and add in a mirror modifier also and a solidify modifier. Right, and now just select this one, select the windshield. That's gonna mirror like that. Come to the front here, that's in a perfect place. Okay, now that it's mirrored, we're also going to be generating a solidify modifier here. And this looks a little too chunky, so just make sure to reduce this by a little bit. Let's check if 0.005 works. A little bit more thinner, like 3 works well here. I guess, yeah, 3 works well here. So now let's see where we're going to be placing our mirror. Okay, so we go to our top view, and here just enable Alt Z, and we're going to be using a neat trick. Alright, you press K for the knife tool, then we're going to press C, that is going to cut through the entire thing, and now we just press here and right throughout the end and just take all the cuts and enter. Alright, once you're done with that, just make sure that it's a duplicate collection and not the same one. So I'm just gonna be duplicating this bit, separate it, enter in any one of these, just enter the duplicate one here, and do the knife cut trick. Alright, come around here, enter, and now Control I and just delete all of the other vertices here. Alright, so we just have this outline which is going to be an even number of 24 vertices. Alright, and after we got those 24 vertices, we can just press F and face that up. Alright, that will give us our mirror here with a good housing, and it is going to be poking a little bit out, so all we do is just set the origin to geometry, and now just take all of it and take it a little bit inside. Okay, right about there, and it's a solid here too. Just going to be increasing the size by a little bit, and now just tab out and have a look if it's coming out from anywhere near the housing. Yeah, here, have a look. Okay, we can also add another extra edge loop that joins this part to this part, so let's just go ahead and add that in. Take this G twice and then take that up, E, and that's gonna align there. Alright, okay, that looks good. And I just need to bring up the reference image again and have a look at this. All we need is the base for our mirror here and an ovular connection to this. Okay, so let's just rename this to mirror housing. Let's rename the inside one to mirror, and then just relocate both of them to a fittings collection. Okay, minimize this, and then I'm just gonna be hiding the mirror for a second, and then we're gonna be making it from this panel here. Just gonna be going to 3 here, taking this one, separating it, and tapping in here. Select this one, yeah. Let's just move it here, and we need an ovular shape here. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is just trace this and then use the loop tools around. Delete the solidify for a second. Okay, and here just make sure there is an even number of vertices. So I've just made them 10. Now right click, go to loop tools, make that circle. Alright, and once you made that circle, we're going to be rotating it on the x axis, on the y axis. Alright, so press shift for smaller increments here, and the entire thing should be poking out. And now we just relocate it right up to where we need that, and then scale it up to be an oval on the y axis. Alright, and then I'm just going to be extruding it right up till there, making it a little smaller, SZ0. Okay, and now let me just take this to the side, and we need to attach it to our mirror here, so take it further back, little to the inside, and right, something till there. Okay, and now this I'm gonna be rotating on its own axis, so let's rotate it here, and then we just take it further down. Let's take it further down and further out, let's also take it further inside, right up till there, rotate it, alright, and now we take it further inside. Now I'm just going to be taking a few of these vertices, taking them inside on the y-axis and the x-axis to make sure that our fit and that our stand for the side mirror actually fits it. Okay, just do the same. All we needed is to overlap this. Okay, right up till there, and then you can just select this loop tools and make this a circle. Not an issue, just make it overlap. Alright, just shade this smooth for a second. We're gonna give it the same beautiful texture that you've seen in the reference image here. Alright, and once you're done with that, I'm just gonna be enabling our mirror here, making sure nothing pops here. Okay, alright, this one that you see, a shift N. Yeah, so okay, shift N is working here, so we're good. Just go ahead here, press F, and now go ahead and add another one here, add a loop tools here, then select the entire thing and just take it a little bit inside till it's going to overlap it. That's it. I'm just going to be shading this smooth for a second, and now we can add another loop here. Just going to be making the loop here a little rotated. Alright, we add two more loops here and one more here, and then press Alt S and take this inside and add a loop here and another loop here. Alright, that gives you the edge that was in the reference image. Alright, something like this. And let's just have a look at this with the mirror on. It's at a weird angle, so all we gotta do is select this, deselect all of these, and then just move them at an angle that we'd like, something like this, or something like this. You can just find out whatever you like. This just looks good, and I'm just gonna be making these a little less prominent, so slide these out, this one too, Alt S, and just make it a little less prominent, something like that. Alright, and we're golden. Yeah, we just rename this to side mirror attachment, and then move it to the fittings collection too. Right, have a look there. That's going to be perfectly mirrored around our car here. Alright, and we have the blinkers ready. We'll have our nice door panel ready too, and that's it really. So we're done with the fittings here, and the last step for a car is going to be the tires. So that's going to be done in the next chapter, so I'll see you in the next one. Alright, all the best and happy creating. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you all liked it. If you do have any suggestions, just put them down in the comment box, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.